Everybody, this is Alessandra. Welcome to my home, welcome to my kitchen. Tonight we're making Zeppole di San Giuseppe, St.Joseph Zeppole. And it's a traditional dessert for St. Joseph's Day, which is March 19th. And it also falls on the Italian Father's Day. Okay, let's get started. Simple ingredients. Besides the cherry, you should have everything. Ooh, sorry. Let's get started. The first thing we need to do is make the custard because that's got to cool down. So the ingredients are right here. I have 4 1/4 cup milk, 2 cups of sugar, a cup and a tablespoon of all-purpose flour, 8 egg yolks. Please take a look at these gorgeous eggs. I went to pick them up at the farm today. They're beautiful. I'm going to try to use all the same size so that we don't have a discrepancy in the recipe. I always use large eggs when I bake. I have did I mention the zest of a lemon? The vanilla pod. If you don't have vanilla pod, just use a teaspoon of vanilla and a pinch of salt and 8 egg yolks. Now, that's the custard, and you should make that ahead of time and let it sit in the fridge so it gets nice and cold. Now, to make the Zeppole of San Giuseppe, we are using 2 cups of water, 2 cups of flour, a stick and 3/4 of butter, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now, I'm also going to show you, in Italy, on top of the Zeppole, we get Amarene cherry. Amarene cherries are your sour cherries. Now, being that we're in America, I do have an Amarene cherry tree. That's the only fruit tree that I have on the property. But I'm going to show you how to make the Amarene too. So let's get started. Going to separate going to remove the egg whites. Look how beautiful these eggs are. You could tell that they're farm fresh. Look at the color of this shell, so natural. I'm going to go directly in the pot. I'm going to make the custard. So there goes the sugar. There goes the flour, the pinch of salt, and now here are my eggs. So I'm going to just give this a turn, and with a whisk. I'm going to be cooking this with the whisk. Here go the eggs. Just keep stirring. Okay. Now, of course, it's going to be too many dry ingredients for the egg yolk. So this is what I gently do. I gently add un filo di latte, like a drop. A thread of milk, that's the exact translation. So just un filo di latte, not a lot, because if you add a lot, what's going to happen is you're going to create little flour balls, and then it's hard to get rid of them. So just like this, if you come closer, just keep whisking and picking up the flour off the side into the center, off the side into the center, and this will make a nice cremina, very smooth cream. If you see that it's, again, you need a little bit more milk, just add it, un filo di latte. Okay, let's see if I picked up all the dry. See, take a look. There you go. Keep whisking, whisking, whisking to a smooth cream. Okay, see how nice and smooth? Now you can go ahead and add the rest of the cold milk. Give it a good stir until it's all well amalgamated. Now the next thing you're going to do is add the lemon peel. Now make sure you count your lemon peel, and the reason for that is because you're going to be taking them out, otherwise it gets stuck in the piping tip. So here's one big one, and I try to get a large lemon and do one larger piece than so many little ones. Okay, so that's 2 and another one, 3. That's plenty. Now I'm going to go ahead and open up the vanilla pot and remove the seeds. Just hold it down, a slit down the middle with a sharp knife, okay, scrape it down so you remove all the seeds. See all the seeds in there? Look at that. Okay, and I'm gonna add that to the custard. See all the little black seeds in there? That's all flavor. Now, if you can use a teaspoon of vanilla. Also, don't discard this, especially for what they cost. Add into your container of powdered sugar and you have vanilla powdered sugar. Meet me by the stove and let's get the custard cooked. Now, the flame is on medium-low. You're gonna stir the same way. Don't ask me why. That's what my nonna did, that's what my mother did, and that's what I do, because I'm afraid that if I stir the opposite way, the custard gets cut, and then we gotta start all over. So I listen to what they say. I vecchi antichi non si sbagliano mai, and that means the old ancestors never make mistakes. So let's get this cooked. And again, I'm gonna time it and see exactly how long I'm here stirring. Okay, it's been cooking 6 minutes and look how quickly it thickens up. I'm also using a wide pot so it has more heat from the bottom, so that's why it's cooking rather quickly. But you just keep stirring until it becomes nice and thick, and I'll show you when you need to shut it off. It's gonna come to a thick boil, just really thick bubbles. I'll show you. See this? By doing this constantly, it really makes the custard so smooth. Look at that. Keep stirring. You need to be careful, especially now, because it could stick at the bottom, and you don't want to scrape the bottom if it does stick. So just keep stirring, and let's see if it's ready. There it goes. I see the first bubble right there. See it? There we go. It's ready to shut it off. Okay, let's move back to the table, and it's got to cool down now. Let's remove the lemon skin. The lemon peel. How many did we put? 3, right? I hope they're in baked. Just pick out of them. There is a second one, and we should be searching for the third one. Here's the third one. Okay, nice and easy. They don't go to waste. Somebody's gonna eat them. Okay, now the next. Perfect. I'm gonna add it here. You see, nothing stuck to the bottom. And it took, by the way, less than 10 minutes to cook. Okay, now what you're going to do is cover it with plastic wrap. Okay, I usually don't like to put it on when it's so hot because this is plastic, but apparently it's food safe and heat safe, so it should be fine. Because what happens if you leave it like this unopened, it gets a crust on top, and then later you have this crust on top. So here it goes. I'm gonna do that. Put it right over the custard, and in the fridge it goes till it gets cold. Now let's get started with the actual zeppole. Pot, let's get the, I put the flame on already. So, water in, butter in, and the salt, and let it come to a boil. The butter is melted, it's boiling. I'm gonna lower the flame and just pour the flour in, okay? Now, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna stir it, and you'll see that it's going to absorb all the water and become a dough. Just keep stirring. There's going to be little lumps of flour. Just work them with your wooden spoon like this. Okay, now you're going to cook this for a minute and a half. What you want is when, see at the bottom, when it becomes a soft, all combined dough and it's not sticking to the bottom. So you see the shiny bottom of the pot. The dough is ready. And now we're going to move it to work surface to cool down before we add the eggs. Let's place it in a different bowl to cool down and just let it sit. Let's get the Amarene made. I purchased them in a jar. Most supermarkets have them in the international aisle. They're packed in water, and what we're going to do with these packed in water, we're going to make them sciroppate. That means like this in sugar. Take a look, because that's the real cherry that goes on top of the Zeppole. Can you put a fake cherry? Absolutely, the green, the red, but to me, a Zeppole di San Giuseppe needs to be authentic. So we need to get the real cherry on. So quickly, I'm going to remove the water that it comes in, okay? Then what I'm going to do, depending on the size of the jar, I'm going to measure it in a measuring cup. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is press it down, because there's a lot of, press it down and remove more of the liquid, okay? I'm going to press it down. We have a cup and a half of the cherries, and I'm going to use equal parts of sugar, the juice of half a lemon, and we'll cook it until it becomes like a jam. Cherries, and the juice of a lemon. The good thing, we're using the lemon that we used the peel from, so there's no waste. Just stir it, and you see in no time the sugar is going to start melting. Let it boil. Skim the top off if you need to. All the foam should be removed, so the juice is nice and clear. Go ahead and remove them. Sterilize the jar in hot water, in boiling hot water. And I just want to show you this beautiful, clear juice of the Amarene. And this is great. You can use this over yogurt, ice cream, pancakes. It really makes a nice syrup. I'm going to not add the syrup, because I'm going to be using the Amarene just on top, so I don't want them in the syrup. But if you're going to store them, absolutely add the Amarene in the syrup, tighten it, and put it in the fridge. Use it within 10 days. I'm going to be adding one egg at a time. There's the first one. You want to be able to incorporate the egg before you move on to the next one. Do it on low speed, and there goes the second egg. Look at the way it looks like it just falls apart, but then it gathers again. Just keep mixing it. And each egg has to go in once the one before is incorporated. 8 eggs went in, but I think it needs one more, okay? So, because you want the mixture to, we call it to write, deve scrivere. So I think one more egg is a must. I have it ready here. Let's add it in. And while we incorporate this last egg, get a deep pot with oil. You want it at least 3/4 of the amount of oil on the stove, and get it to 350 degrees. Let's talk about the tip you need. I'm using an Ateco tip 829, or you could also buy GEM, J-E-M, 3M is the size. Actually, I got this at a lovely shop in Cranford. Now, what I'm going to do, what I did was, I cut little pieces of parchment paper, roughly 5 by 5. You don't need to be precise. Let's get the dough in. Up closer, I want to show you. The pressure you put, that's the size of the Zeppole. Okay, take a look nice and close. There it goes. One round is enough. Again, another one. And again, make a nice little round. I'm gonna measure it and tell you exactly the size that it is. We continue on, and it's roughly 4 inches from the side over, from here to here. So again, get the oil on 350, because it's ready. So this is what you're going to do. Come closer so you could see it. So just go ahead and drop the zeppole right in with the paper. Okay, there goes the second one. Don't overcrowd them because you don't want them to bring the temperature down. You see, let it go. You'll see when the paper comes out on its own. Let's get the next one in. I'm going to put that upside down. That works too. I think 3 at a time because you need, they're going to open up beautifully, so they need space. I think 3 at a time is perfect. See, the paper's starting to release. There it goes. Just remove it. Here's another one. There it goes. Just want to move it closer so I don't drip any oil. Lower the temperature a little bit if you see that they're, because they need time to cook too, besides getting large. Flip them. There it goes. You see how the zeppoles open up? That's exactly what you want to achieve. So lower your flame on 335, 330, because it's got to cook gently. There it goes. See that? You need to be patient in this part because they need to cook inside also. Once they're golden, it's ready to remove them. There you go. See that? Nice and light. And go ahead. The first 3 zeppole are ready. Again, I'm going to show you the next 3. I'm going to show you the next 3 and how I remove the paper. So you're gonna have to play with the heat. Put it higher when you drop them, then you lower it. So let's go ahead and add it in. 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Now, once you detach the paper, lower the temperature, lower your flame, and so they'll cook gently and evenly. This is my second batch that I'm frying. Look how beautiful they are. That was the last piece that was in the piping tip, so I didn't want to throw it out, so I just squeezed a little zeppolina out. But look at that. That's what you want. Just turn it so it cooks on both sides. Frying is done. Now I'm going to pipe again. Same start tip I used. I'm going to get the custard in and be generous with your cream. Let's get it done. Okay, so grab the zeppole. I'm going to first pipe the cream in the middle, and then I'm going to go around. Be generous because we have plenty of cream. Next step is the amarene right on top. And here is the zeppola. Look, come closer for you. Okay, I'm gonna get them done and then we'll do the taste. Okay, ready to sprinkle some powdered sugar on, and the zeppole are ready. Le zeppole di San Giuseppe are ready to be tasted. Okay, now I want to open it up because it's very important that the inside is empty and airy. That's what makes a perfect zeppola. So I'm gonna grab this one right here, is fine. Ecco qui a voi. Come closer. See that? That's a perfect zeppola. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Make these delicious zeppoles for your family. Happy St. Joseph's Day. Happy Father's Day for the dads in Italy. Grazie mille. Alla prossima. Ciao ciao.